Good morning, Gun Nuts. It's Nathan from the Reloading Room, coming to you with our weekly recap of the Reloaders Network. This is our sixth weekly recap, so it's kind of surprising that this has been going on for a month and a half already. It feels like it's only been a couple days. But things have progressed on quite well. Not only with the Reloaders Network and with Slack, but also, just the community in general. And we've evolved some, and we've added a couple new things I want to talk to you about. We've got the Reloaders Network has been on an application called Slack, which is basic. It's kind of a message board, and it works really well. We've had really good feedback from that. But now we've decided to add a website. This website is going to allow for content creators to be able to post links to their videos, descriptions to their videos, articles, just like a regular blog would. So if you have many different content creators that you watch and they've kind of scattered to the four winds because of YouTube, you can go to the reloadersnetwork.com, and if they're posting their videos or if they're posting to the website, everybody will be in one spot. So you can just go and look at their posts, watch the video right there on the Reloaders Network, go to the next person. So you don't have to bounce from one site to the other site. In addition, content creators like me are taking this opportunity to be able to go more in depth with our videos so that you can find a little bit more information about how exactly we made some of the choices or we've done some of the things we've done. I apologize if the audio and the lighting is a little weird. We're having a thunderstorm here, and I'm about ready to skedaddle and head out of town, so I don't have any other time to shoot this today. So I'm going to have to make do with the weather as it is. But yeah, this site is fully up and operational right now. If you have any concerns or questions or advice or anything, just go ahead and let us know. There's full comment sections on each and every video or each and every post, so you can not only can you read, but you can also go ahead and comment to that poster. And then if you want to go on to Slack, you can go to Slack from there, and then you guys can have a more in-depth conversation. It really puts us, the content creators, in touch with you guys, the viewers, and really allows for us to have a more dynamic relationship and make sure that we're getting across to you the information that we're wanting to, and you guys are getting the information that you're needing. Now, I also wanted to congratulate Willie Bullet Man, Kyle Lusk, and the New York City Reloader, all of which have eclipsed 100 subscribers over this past week. That is a big deal moving forward, and I think that in some ways this shows how the Reloaders Network has helped to kind of bring the community together, because we're all kind of moving together at a pretty good pace right now as far as getting viewers and having people discover the content that we're putting out there. It's not like we do this for millions of subscribers or anything. I've got 130 I think or so right now, and I tell you that's I'm doing it for those 130. It's whether it's 130 or it's 1,000. It's not going to make much of a difference because we're certainly not getting paid to do this anymore. Also, I wanted to mention, because one of the things with the Reloaders Network is it's going to allow us to be able to get information to you about where we're going and what we're doing and what the future is going to hold. Well, Measuring Grains did a video that kind of gives us a little bit of a taste of what's to come here once it stops snowing. And I think he's in Michigan, and seems like every day or every week he's posting another video about how he's snowed in and can't get to doing what he wants to do. So it looks like he's going to have quite a bit going on as soon as the weather finally breaks and he's able to get to his cabin and things like that. So check his channel out. There's going to be a lot more coming on. There was also a couple things. It's interesting sometimes how things move in waves around the Reloaders Network. New York City Reloader does a video on case trimming, and I saw a Dylan case trimmer that attaches to the press. So you, in progressive mode, can actually trim, chamfer, deburr your cases all at one time. I've never seen that piece of equipment before. So if you're interested in kind of what appears to me to possibly be the simplest way or the most efficient way to trim your cases, take a look at that. He goes over all kinds of other case trimming as well, but that's the one that really caught my eye and I thought was interesting because I had never seen that unit before. In the same line though, Barn Dweller does a video. This was maybe last week, but nonetheless, I'm just getting to it this week, where he uses a Lee case trimmer, you know, the hand style that you use with the ball. Well, he attaches that to a Lyman case prep unit, and he's able to do his case trimming and then, you know, chamfering and brushing out stuff like that all at one time. It's kind of a neat video. Certainly interesting to see how people learn to be able to manipulate, or not manipulate, but how to be able to use their equipment best suited to their needs. We also had like kind of an interesting good thing going on where Loads of Bacon was replying to, he reposted a YouTube video about him replying to something that Elvis Ammo did, and then that made me go back and watch something that Elvis Ammo did. And speaking of Elvis Ammo, he's gone ahead and he's back to making videos again as well, which has been really nice. He does one where he uses a bigger batch of bullets and he cooks them a little bit cooler than what I've been doing, and it seems like a little bit of a shorter time, and they're really able to break apart a lot easier in this wire mesh type basket. I've been using the Bed Bath & Beyond style basket, which has been works really well for me. I'm really, you know, I'm happy with how well it works. But breaking them apart has sometimes been a little bit more difficult, especially if they get stuck base to base. In fact, I've had to actually go into a vise to get some of them to break apart. So I might want to take a look at that and see what he's got going on. And Loads of Bacon's video is about the silicone mat and powder coating on a silicone mat, and you know the results that he's getting. So go ahead and take a look at both their channels and see kind of how this whole dynamic works. When we get to VRing and we're talking with one another, we can certainly progress our knowledge and learn a lot more and a lot faster. And that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to with the Reloaders Network, is that we're going to be able to work with each other to learn faster and possibly to be able to get more and better information out to you guys. Preacher's Day Off does a video. I haven't seen a video for him for quite a while, so I was excited to see that, where he has a belated Christmas / birthday present thing, which is really cool. Go ahead and take a look and see what that toy is. But the video, what I thought was interesting about the video was he shows us this Love-X powder that him and a friend of his got at a Wanamaker gun show, or gun show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I think of the Love-X as the same as Shooter's World powder, which I know that they're carrying at Graf's. I've never messed with this stuff. I have no idea what it's going to be like. The powders have, the naming on the powders, interestingly enough, seems to be like purpose. It's like tactical pistol, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know all the names of them, but the names of the powders seem to be purpose names. And it's funny because so much of our pistol powders that we use are shotgun powders, or at least started life as that. So I think it's interesting that somebody would name a powder after a function, considering that so very often we never use it for that function that it was necessarily intended. Or we do, but we use it for other things as well. But go ahead and check Preacher's Day Off. He hasn't posted a lot of videos lately, so go over there, hit him the thumbs up, give him the comments, get him kind of motivated to possibly carve out a little bit of time for us. Kind of something that's off topic, but Uncle Jim fixed a plastic wheelbarrow with a soldering iron. Go watch that. It's just funny. It's funny and it's interesting because I as much as that's obvious, I never would have thought to do it. I probably would have got some JB Weld out or some kind of epoxy and spent half the day, and then I had to wait for it to cure and had a good excuse why I wasn't going and taking the stuff out to the curb. Nope. Go ahead and grab a soldering iron and just heal it up. Gotta love Uncle Jim. Georgia Boy 44 traded a problem child for a new child. He's got a Taurus 66, 7-shot 4-inch. I think he's going to be doing a little bit of work with that. I'm looking forward to watching that. it's always interesting when you get, when you get a new firearm and kind of figuring out what you're going to do with it. And I don't know, I always enjoyed that process, and I actually enjoy watching other people go through that process because it gives me ideas of what I could do with my firearms. It's maybe a little bit different or a little bit outside of, my normal realm. 243 Outdoors takes the Rock Island Arsenal 30-06 back out and gives it a new edition. And it looks to get some pretty good results, especially towards the end of the video. You really kind of see where things are starting to come together for him. It's interesting to see that process in total when you're especially in his case, where I think with this gun he's not actually even loading the ammo, so it's kind of like he's going out shooting and testing for somebody else, which makes it really, really interesting to see how that dynamic works. But guys, I think that's going to do it for me today. I think this is probably going to be a pretty short video, and I do apologize. Hopefully next week we can get into doing 15 recaps instead of just doing the 10. But unfortunately, work's taking me out of town. This is probably going to be my last trip of the season. So work's taking me out of town today on Sunday. So I'm having to go ahead and film this and then try to edit it and get it up for you here, hopefully within the next hour and a half or two before I got to skedaddle and get out of here. But I appreciate you tuning in. I want to give a shout out to the Crazy Scotsman who helped us out, Kyle Lusk, JW586 SW, and I, for a live stream that we did this week. We're going to continue to do those moving forward, possibly every Friday. We just got to figure out the logistics, and we figured out the logistics of us being in the same place at the same time, but honestly figuring out the technicalities of getting it up and then getting it downloaded onto YouTube and stuff. But so go check him out. He posts a lot of really interesting videos. He's a big revolver guy, an old Smith guy, kind of an old revolver guy, which is near and dear to my heart. So go ahead and check out the Crazy Scotsman. And Scotsman, I appreciate it. But I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully we're gonna have a video coming up tomorrow that's going to be about the 45 long Colt 50-yard hunt and load development. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get out to test our rounds, but we are going to go through a little bit more of the load development, and there's going to be a very different video on BitChute that's going to be on YouTube due to the YouTube policy, so go ahead and check out both of those. And until then, stay safe, have fun. I'll see you when I see you. Laters.